Reserve time. Dire team ban. Alliances turn to ban.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Summit 4, where Alliance is locked in a heated battle with the CIS Rejects. Alliance took game 1 here, but the CIS Rejects at several points were leading. Felt like they had the momentum, but Winter, they let it just slip away. So now they enter game 2, trailing 0-1 in the best of 3.
And you let my coffee sleep away.
So I drank a glass of coffee, and Winter here waits until I finish it and pour myself a new one, and then he's like, "Where's my coffee? You didn't ask until after I drank the last cup, buddy." Delicious.
You don't have to ask if you're a true friend.
It's actually very hot. I burned my hands. That's what I get for rubbing it in here. But game number 2, we've got a draft brewing.
See guys, this is
Let's
what
see
I
what the
get.
teams are picking up.
This is what I get at the house.
We flew you all the way out here to abuse you. Hey, Brian, how would you like to make Winter a fresh pot of coffee?
I'm just kidding.
K-Pop Toast is such a nice guy.
No, I'm just kidding. I have plain water. The best source of...
How much did the water company pay you to advertise? Winter's selling his own sponsorships on the summit. This summit brought to you by water.
10 seconds remaining.
I guess fire is not going to do very well in America then, huh?
It's the most healthy source of hydrating yourself. So, water. Plain water.
I mean, I don't think anyone could possibly argue with that, but that's like the most obvious statement. Your body is literally 75% water. I guess water is probably the healthiest thing that you could
My
drink.
water speaks for the trees.
I don't know. I run off of whiskey and motor oil, Winter. I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, let's go back to nature's prophet. No motor oil shenanigans.
You are playing against Alliance. You do not ban Nature's Prophet in the first phase.
And you give nature's prophet water so he can actually grow his trees.
And then get Mega Treants. Did you see the cast where me and Merlini were casting Nature's Prophet? So we had never seen the Aghanim's in a pro match, and so we thought every unit that he killed would spawn a big Treant with the eggs, but it's only heroes.
You think that's...
So him and I, we spent like 20 minutes like, where are the Mega Treants? Then it turned out...
it's like the Dark Arrow, you remember in Warcraft?
Yeah.
3, there's like, the Drow Ranger has the Dark Arrow spell where anything you kill spawns a
Oh,
skeleton.
you can summon the skeletons, yeah. When is someone gonna remake Warcraft 3 and Dota 2? That's what I'm waiting for.
10 seconds.
That's when everything goes full circle. It started as a Warcraft 3 mod, Dota 1. Now it's Dota 2 is its own game, and now we need to recreate Warcraft 3 inside of Dota 2. That's some next level shit.
Someday, my friend, someday. So, back to the draft. Night Stalker, Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, first overall pick Night Stalker. You know, a lot of people were talking about Night Stalker and Slardar as the two new hot offlaners. You've said several times, you're on record now, that Tusk is the best overall hero in the patch if used correctly. When are we going to see more Night Stalker, Slardar? Or do you think they were a little bit overhyped and not quite as good as what people said?
People are still trying things out and experimenting. So as of now, I feel Night Stalker has been like on the rise. People have been realizing that the potential of the hero, and he could be the new Red Exterminator,
10 seconds
the
remaining.
Prophet Exterminator. So we'll see how they actually run it. I think teams have been mostly running the Stalker as position 4, even though I feel there's a lot of potential as a position 3 offlaner like you mentioned, but even though position 4, he still feels like he's doing his job, you know. He doesn't need too much farm. He just needs a couple of levels and he just runs around pressuring the opponents with the vision control, you know. It's all about controlling the vision, and when you don't see anything as the poor nature's prophet, how are you going to rat?
The Bulldog Hunter. What else can they get to fully ruin Bulldog's life this game, Winter?
Batman.
Batman!
5 seconds.
A hero that Alliance like to run.
Batman plus Night Stalker is actually a really good combination together because Stalker provides the blind Bat. Bat is supposed to be able to see at night, but he's blind. So Night Stalker will solve that problem for him, and Bat will be able to fly and pick out his target and punish the big rat, which is the Nature's Prophet.
And then you definitely have the vision game in your favor at that point.
Enchantress ban, that is interesting.
Do you think Alliance would run a Prophet Enchantress?
They're worried about a push, but if you're banning Enchantress, they
Yeah, because they banned Dragon Knight, so they're definitely worried about
they're worried
push.
about push because Night Stalker you generally want to play a split push game so you can use the vision to pressure the opposing team which is trying to split push. So it's quite alright to ban out the pushing heroes, but if you ban Enchantress, why not you ban the Chen, right? Chen is much more of a bigger pusher compared to Enchantress. Maybe they want something that the Enchantress specifically counters.
Huh. Ember Spirit. This is not a hero that I have seen much of from Alliance.
S4 plays the hero though. I don't think I've seen Loda play the
Yeah, I
hero.
was just wondering, is it Aloda or S4? You don't know the enemy mid either, so maybe they will leave it open who goes where. We did see S4 safe lane last game, but yeah, normally picking Ember, you have like a clear Ember Spirit player on the team, but I don't know. It's not like a signature Alliance hero to me, the way like a S4 Quap or Storm might be.
I think
Or even Puck.
Disruptor could be a good way of dealing with the three heroes here. It's good with dealing with the Prophet, the Ember as well with the Glimpse, and the Silence from Disruptor is also a good tool against Snowball. So we'll see what they actually go for as their supports, or they will just be choosing to run Wyvern and the Night Stalker as their position 4 and position 5. So we'll see what they actually go for here. Probably a call right now. Dire side, maybe you go for the TA, go for Rush Control, or you go for Darkseer with the Wyvern, so you have the Iron Shell on the Night Stalker. Plenty of options here open for CIS rejects.
Do you think it's a good TA game? They've got quite a bit of control for her.
She will struggle with the reflection being not much of a use against the Ember, but she still provides the Roche control where on the Dire side, teams have been generally mostly prioritizing in getting a hero that can actually allow the Dire team to use the Roshan as much as possible. So we see the Shaker here, so I guess it's gonna bump the Night Stalker into... I guess you can still do it position 4 and offlane of Shaker, so it's still unclear, but these three heroes are going to be a position 3, 4 and 5. So the last two picks are coming from CIS rejects are their biggest heroes, the 1 and 2 position heroes.
Fourth pick now for Alliance. They've already shown 2 of their cores, and it will be a Shadow Fiend around things out, so it looks like it may indeed be a Loda Ember Spirit.
Support Tusk.
This is not really... Well, unless they're going greedy and jungling the Prophet, but I have not seen much of that.
I actually feel Jungle Prophet has potential. We just need to find the right situation and...
It's definitely game losing in pubs, but... So if you want to run the Jungle Prophet in a pro match, Winter, what are your considerations?
I'm going to try and kill the courier.
Uh-huh.
And the second thing I'm going to try and do
Oh, the
is...
Cloud9 strat, the Bone 7 strat.
Yeah, that's the first thing that I have in mind. The second thing is the Roche control, and because you're always fighting, Prophet can actually provide the +1 all the time in the early game if you're looking to win the early laning phase and transition into a push. Prophet provides you that, and he's going to be able to build a medallion for the team to go for Roche. So I think the hero has potential in a support department, but probably not in every game.
CIS rejects back their way up into a Wind Ranger.
So they have a lot of stun lock.
Yeah, they have some serious control here for the Ember. Blink Shackle, Echo, Fissure, Curse, Silence.
I am feeling the Slala, the big fish here for CIS rejects. They have so much physical damage coming out from the Wind Ranger, and even if you play Earthshaker as an off-laner, Enchant Totem plus Amplify damage.
So then you run a safe lane Slardar as a farmer?
Yeah, safe lane Slardar with Wind Ranger mid is fine. I think it's really good combination together.
And it's great with the Wind Ranger, the Slardar pick.
And
Brood is the ban for Alliance. Surprisingly, we forgot about it, Winter. Brood makes it through until the final ban stage.
And they are actually... You know, CIS rejects actually have all their position 3. Oh no, Huskar? Serious?
Huh? What are you talking about?
They banned AA. They might want to go for Huskar. And
Oh, I thought you... I was like looking around for a Huskar.
You are the one with the coffee.
Alliance now, 5th pick.
They have to pick their support, so...
Yeah, what's the...
And the other reason could also be they didn't want them to have the AA plus Ember start of his Chilling Touch and the Ice Blast against the Ember, so it might not be a Huskar.
I think it's more about that, because they also have the Prophet.
So we'll see what Alliance goes for. I guess it's going to be an arcade hero. If you want to go greedy, you go Visage. If you want to go for less greedy, what's the arcade hero? CM, you go for CM. They have heroes that could make use of the Arcane Aura from CM. Shadow Fiend is a one happy swagger fiend when there's CM Aura.
They would be very frail if they go for a Crystal Maiden. You've got 5 squishy heroes. Well, Tusk semi-tanky, but if he's a support, going to be a bit underleveled. And they opt instead for the Dazzle, so a stronger laning support perhaps.
And a lot more, you know, synergy with the Ember and Shadow Fiend, weave minus the opponent's
And
armor.
maybe countering the Slaughter pick, if that was what CIS Rejects had in mind.
So they could also still go for, I think they don't really have much lockdown. Slug might be also a good pick. And you have Night Stalker, so it provides you night vision. Slug is really, you know, a hero that excels during nighttime. You have the extra vision, so there's some sort of synergy between having Slug and Night Stalker. And you have like a dual core, Wind Ranger and Slug, which is very good at fighting early. And Dazzle is just easy pickings for Slug in team fights if you can actually find the Dazzle and force the Self-Grave, and you can actually target the other heroes.
And then you just turn on the Ember, blow all your big nukes to lock him and the Shadow Fiend down.
There's
And
a lot of really good options here for CIS Rejects in their draft.
it's a very solid opening for them. Just a lot of control, decent lanes, good AoE.
10
They
seconds.
they set themselves up for a good 5th pick option here, but now they've only got 5 seconds and they go exactly the direction I was about to say, but just didn't. Spectre.
Yeah, right.
Everyone talked about Spectre on a more serious note, Winter, as like the potentially one of the new big carries of this version. And the first few days of games I cast, a lot of teams were first phase banning Spectre, but we haven't really seen a ton of Spectre play, nor has the hero felt that dominant yet. So I'm curious what your thoughts are on the Spectre.
I mean, his lane is weak though, and against a Prophet, because what Alliance could do this game is you run Prophet plus... Okay, Tusk. I was going to think about the possibility of a Prophet plus Dazzle, and then you heal bomb the Treants, but then it's going to be a Tusk Ember safe lane, so it's kind of awkward there. So it's probably going to be a Prophet plus Tusk. I think this two together is going to be so troublesome for Spectre. That's why I kind of expected someone that is much stronger in the laning phase. Spectre is really weak. He's very strong later in the game. Very good synergy with their team, so he's going to be able to help the Night Stalker and Wind Ranger get pickoffs here and there with the Haunt, and he's himself also a good hero at picking off the nature's rat that Bulldog likes to play.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Summit 4 European Qualifier Action Alliance taking on CIS Rejects in a best-of-3 showdown. This is a winner's bracket round 1 matchup, so the winning team will move ahead until the round of 8, and with that, we get underway. Alliance on the Radiant side, always want to fly. Going to be moving out for CIS Rejects on the Dire. Gets into the enemy jungle right away, and this is all the ward metagame. Gets done a pretty aggressive ward. They didn't actually see him planted, but Loda does see him walking away.
They should be able to get this D-ward because Loda saw the position of the Night Stalker. There's no reason for the support to come this deep.
I guess since you say that, the next level play is to ward like over here and then run even deeper just to make the face, but they miss.
No.
They have one more sentry on Ake.
So will he place? Okay, he's gonna place the second one. He's pinging there. Maybe? Nah, he's not gonna try.
They want this bounty rune first and foremost. Iceberg was the tiny last game.
They have Earthshaker here, so it gives CIS Rejects the much better control.
Loda's got to be careful as well, and he knows it. That fissure just devastating around the runes.
Oh, Artes is gonna try and contest the rune at top with the dagger.
Daggers in onto S4. Who's got the better clicking abilities here? It is Artez, S4.
Wow.
Massively outplayed.
Well played indeed, and
double bounty route, and it's a Shadow Fiend mid too, who's not rushing the bottle.
And we're gonna see
really needs that gold.
Yeah, Bulldog is gonna try and pull the creep wave, I guess, with the Treants as well, and with all the heroes at bottom, it's gonna allow the Prophet to have a really good start towards the game. He started out with boots, and he's gonna get the creep wave disrupted with the Treant, so I think it's gonna allow the Prophet to have a really good start this game. So we'll see how much the Bulldog gets done in this lane and how much he's gonna be able to limit the farm on the Spectre here.
Early on, Bankscore tries to get aggressive in the mid lane, but he's met with stiff resistance as Ake pushes him back. Some good harass there for him. So there's going to be an early 2-on-2 skirmish in the mid lane as they try to secure the Shadow Fiend's good start.
Dude, the mid lane is never about 1v1 anymore nowadays.
It really isn't. I miss those days. I miss the just, like Ferrari versus Dandy, just pure 1v1 skill matchups. No supports getting into the mix. Iceberg going in deep early. He's got power shot. He may first blood us for. Oh, just barely misses. Would have been enough for the kill, I believe.
I don't think it would have been enough though. It would be close though, not sure. But at the end of the day, he still missed it.
Meanwhile, Ake, he's already tanked one Void. He's going to run back to the tower here. A secondary Void could come out. This little Dazzle getting punished early on.
So right now, I guess if you look at the laning phase, Ember should be fine against the Shaker. Mid lane, Shadowfin against Wind Ranger should be a wash as well. It depends who outplays another. And top lane, Prophet, and it's gonna be the Prophet and the Dazzle. Like I was like kind of thinking whether they would do this, but in the end of the day, they're gonna do this. So this is gonna put a lot of pressure onto the Spectre. But at the same time, because they left Loda alone, it's Shaker against Ember.
They're snowballing in mid. Nice catch there with the shards, but Iceberg runs the correct way. Where is the Prophet? Not rotating just yet. Bulldog does have a teleport available, but doesn't see an easy guaranteed kill. So will allow the Wind Ranger to skate away. And what do you know? An illusion rune for Iceberg, though he doesn't have his bottle yet. Bit unfortunate. S4 also just first to ferry out some tangos here. Not anywhere near his own bottle, but the top lane skirmishes where the real action will occur. Ake's already skilled up the heal early, we saw that previously, so no way to escape the wrath of the Night Stalker who rotates in. I believe was spotted on the movement there. They do have a ward up near the rune.
Yeah, and we see Mynuts coming back to bottom lane with his level 2 acquired. He has 2 spells, so...
They're going in! You wanted to see Bulldog move around Winter, and you're gonna get it! Goritz gets punished as Mynuts and Bulldog combine.
They have a decent size of a creep wave here to actually do a lot of damage towards the tier 1 tower at bottom end.
No Reign of Basilius yet, unfortunately, but still a pretty good creep wave.
Top lane is going to be occupied by Arcane meanwhile, so making sure that they are efficient at the same time trying to take down the tower, not wasting any amount of experience across the map. So far S4 and the Wind Ranger CS is almost the same, so it's gonna be more or less even, but Shadowfin is gonna start to pull ahead once she reaches level 5, but always 1 of 5. Gonna try to set up another gank onto the SF here.
Wrapping around, S4 in danger, has no easy way out. The Shackle won't latch because they already cleared out the trees though, and the power shot whiffs. Iceberg not getting the job done there, allows S4 to walk away.
That's the one moment, yeah, where you say deforestation actually saved my life.
Yeah, it's it's the timber saw's problem. You delete too many trees and you'd have nowhere to timber chain to. It's an odd predicament. He wants to kill trees, but sometimes he doesn't want them to be dead. I think there he could have just power shotted first and then shackled anyway because he had the slow from the void.
Are
but
they going to chase down this? It seems
unfortunate.
Seems pretty deep. So they're not going to commit to it. But always 1 of 5 going to camp his 4-minute rune, going to get a bounty rune and nighttime looms. And he doesn't have mana on the Night Stalker though. Are they going to be able to trap Mynuts here in the trees?
No, yes they are. He's snowballing. And quickly runs away from the Night Stalker. Fissure off the mark! Oh, come on, CIS rejects. Hit your skill shots if you can even call Fissure that. They may get the kill anyway, they will. Munching on my nuts and then walking away. Iceberg going to the top rune. Trying to back off.
Man, that happens all the time. Sorry, I can't help it. Mid lane.
Oh, us 4 being dove mid, always want to fly, getting aggressive here. Goritz in position as well. They do snowball on 2 heroes, turning with the totem. Aki may go down, 1 more auto attack, but Mynuts there to slow him down. There's the power shot, piercing through the heart of the Dazzle. May end up being a 2 for 2 though, as even Bulldog arrives to salvage this, looking for the Triad block, but doesn't quite get it. Had the Sprout, didn't use it. Goritz with the Tango. The shards need to be a good catch, and they will be. Runs back in for the enchant totem, and 1 more auto attack. Will go down. Although Iceberg may try to punish Mynuts and charging after him now. Void comes out. Can't quite get the job done.
The name alone is just entertaining enough.
I was so happy when I heard about the new Alliance roster, I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, come on.
Control yourself. Winter, keep it together, my friend.
So always 1 of 5 going to be placing another sneaky ward down here, scouting the SF's jungling process, and it's gonna allow him to steal some sort of experience here and at least gonna put him closer to level 4 so he can actually have at least 1 point in crippling fear. It's very important to get the silence against Dazzle. It's gonna allow him to shut down the Dazzle from saving his teammates.
Yeah, Dazzle suddenly up to level 4. That little skirmish really paid off for him.
Yeah, we haven't really seen too much from the Ember. Ember has reached level 7, has 1,000 gold in the bank. But we've seen a lot of players going for the bots build recently, which is the most greedy build. But he's going to go for the standard traits and into probably Aquila or even a drums early.
The other thing here is that Artez has been left alone. Bulldog's been here occasionally, but he's the leader in terms of net worth at 6 minutes already, hitting that 3k gold mark. He's gotten a lot out of this laning stage for what should have been a tough matchup.
If you have a Spectre getting a good start, it's always a really, really good sign. And Loda gonna try and chase down Goretz here at the bottom lane.
This is not an easy gank to run away from. That Flame Guard has plenty of time. Chain's coming out. And they do TP on the Prophet here just to help secure the kill. Has an Echo Slam available, but nothing he can do. Just goes down without even getting off a single nuke. Meanwhile, mid lane. I really thought that Shackle was going to latch, but the luck is not with Iceberg here. He still goes in with a Focus Fire. May finish off S4 regardless, hanging onto the stick charges. Now lets them pop, but Iceberg has the wind run. Will back himself away. Only a level 3 power shot, though. And he lets it fly. Not enough for a kill.
Interesting skill build. 2 points in Shackle, 1 point ulti, 3 points power shot, and 1 point wind run. I guess he just wants the extra lockdown duration for his Focus Fire.
Yeah, you normally see the max power shot by now.
Yeah, it's just a lot of damage and the range, you know, it's just a very, very valuable skill in the early stages of the game. So, Goretz now still not having a really good game. He has 3 deaths to his name, and
it's been I mean, this game, it's kind of a tough matchup, more than anything, but...
And so now we see the Ember joining his team for more action.
They are rotating. 3 heroes on the smoke as they engage on the mid. S4, again, deftly dodging away from that power shot. He's done a great job of not getting killed here, because there's been at least 2 or 3 extra kill opportunities where if a Shackle hits, a power shot connects, he goes down.
And I think they shouldn't have taken the rune there. The Wind Ranger was actually going to run down to grab the rune.
Goretz, oh, not again, but better for him than the Spectre, I do suppose. No mana for the Fissure, but does... Oh, get it off, get it off! He can't right now, he's kept alive by the Cold Embrace, but also prevented from fissuring. Will fissure onto Loda. Doesn't have the Flame Guard available any longer. Maybe they can go for the Ember Spirit kill as Spectre tried to join the fight, but gets chained up here. Loda has a Remnant available, so they don't get the Spectre. They clean up the Dazzle. Most importantly, the Earthshaker survives while Iceberg is busy diving the mid lane with a double damage root, surging forward. Where's that Shackle shot? Where's that power shot? Shackle shot on cooldown. He needs this one to hit. He doesn't let it go.
He needs to TP
He
out.
could get the 2-hero kill potentially with a Shackle, but instead S4 turning, raise number 1, Focus Fire, gets the job done. Arcade up the grave. Iceberg, he might even get an additional kill here. Throws the power shot, throws the Shackle. Shackle's gonna connect power shot right through Ake's heart and has the wind run, scurries away. The plays had a slow start, but Iceberg is heating up.
He definitely did not need to TP out, my friend. The Grave was on cooldown, that was huge for them. If they had Grave, probably Iceberg, there was no chance he could have made that play because SF would have been alive and he cannot dive that far. But because they didn't have the Grave, it allowed that situation to happen there.
And they also got a great aggressive ward up previously, which helped give them the vision.
I mean,
Something
I guess
Alliance apparently don't realize.
I guess this would give them a really good idea that there's some reason.
Actually, they have a sentry. Yeah, Ake's on the hunt. They didn't paint it out, but they do know. Still, it's more than paid for itself. Slowing down S4, accelerating the Wind Ranger. Now picks up a point booster. Meanwhile, Night Stalker cobbling together an urn, and now we'll activate the darkness. S4 needs to run very soon, and he runs, but it's the wrong direction. It's right towards trouble. Dazzle in position here. They silence up S4. 2-hero Shackle again from Iceberg. Excellent connection there, and now might get my nuts as well. Rotating himself back, but always want to fight. Also threatening the Dazzle with the urn charge going. Ake likely to go down here as well. It's still nighttime. One more urn charge. No, the Void will get the job done. Goretz trapped out a bit far, has the stick charges. He's lumbering in. He's getting aggressive. Even the Haunt engages. They jump onto Bulldog. They need this Ember Spirit to get some work done in this fight. Bulldog's down. Iceberg still driving his way forward, collecting kill after kill, and it might be my nuts next. Now chased out the urns there. Artez is going to go for this, diving towards the tower. The power shot cinches the deal, and Loda remnants in and out. Ooh, kind of close to getting caught there on the way back in, but he will end up surviving. Still, kill after kill, piling in for the rejects. And this is without the Wyvern. Nice score, just getting his experience up top.
Yeah, this is just the power of their lineup, being really mid-game and early-game eccentric, and they're really strong right now with the Night Stalker, Shaker, and Wind Ranger, and Iceberg really putting up a really good performance on very good rotations with his Windrunner, making very good movements and landing very, very good shackles in along the way as
And
well.
they're spending so much time trying to deal with him. It's not. It kind of reminds me of a Broodmother, where you see like 3-4 heroes chasing after one, and Iceberg to some extent has played that role, though. Very different heroes conceptually.
Except that he doesn't have 8 legs.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe he'll fix that. I'm still surprised the Brood didn't get banned until 5th ban. I guess these teams don't value it as much.
And you really like all those spider heroes. Nerubian
Weaver?
Brood
Yeah, Weaver.
Nick-
I want to
Nick
believe it.
Assassin.
Have you seen the Ags Weaver in a match? I saw one game where it actually was amazing.
I saw a combo
Radiant's
Weaver
bottom
plus
tower
Alchemist,
is
and
under
Alchemist
attack.
gave the Weaver Agonims, and Alchemist was the tank in front, and they had time lapse for the Alchemist.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good if you can get it at a reasonable time.
Oh, mid lane, Iceberg once again contesting X4. Is he gonna
He's
let
got a
the
shackle angle here, not gonna go for it.
Oh, curse?
But they get the curse. They don't need any sort of special shackle shenanigans. They'll let one fly just to set up a power shot. That's the death of S4 once again. Now trying to keep Iceberg alive, healing him up, but it's wall. The Ember is trying to burn him down. Iceberg surviving, has a wind run available soon, has a shackle. He pops the bottle, the negative burn charge applied, but gets the shackle off of my nuts. Needs a little bit of help. Iceberg has 1 stick charge and will go down in the end. While that was happening, Loda also trying to find some additional kills here, but forced back by the Spectre, who rotated in, cleaned up Bulldog, who has not really had an explosive game. Another death for the Donger. Artez up to 2,300 gold. This is going to be a fast Radiance if they don't kill him soon.
Really looking good for the CIS rejects this time around. Their safe lane carry off to a brilliant start. Loda didn't actually get as much, even though he has 0 deaths, but because he's been constantly participating and then been losing the fights, he's been losing out on farm a lot.
And this Shadow Fiend, Winter, he has no space to farm the jungle.
He just got pressured so much by the Wind Ranger, like Iceberg just managed to be so aggressive all the time, and obviously always wanna fly had a big part to play. He plays all the deep boards and he was always constantly making his presence felt in the mid lane. It was never a 1v1 matchup.
That's exactly what you want. Keep S4 down. And this is... Imagine how much worse it could have been. Iceberg, he missed a couple of kill opportunities early.
The ward again spots out the smoke.
First it saw them running up into the lane, then it saw them backing off, and now it even sees the smoke, so they know the full Alliance squad is in rotation. On cooldown here for 40 seconds, but they have the Night Stalker to scout things out. He'll reveal the smoke, and Goritz gets into position. The curse up in 12 seconds here. Fissure gonna fly, hits Bulldog as well as barely clipping Lotus, so they quickly will delete the Nature's Prophet, and now moving forward on to S4, the 2-hero shackle again! Sensational play from the Wind Ranger. She came from around the trees. Power shot will get them a 4th kill, and now Loda jumps here, there, everywhere. They still have vision on him. If he sticks around top, they could potentially complete the team wipe. And GG! A 14-minute GG from Alliance. They throw in the towel. And perhaps not unreasonable, considering Artez had 3k gold already.
I still did not expect them to give up though. They have a lineup which scales really good into the late game. But I guess Spectre is a huge problem.
The Spectre and Wind Ranger were really fat. So it did seem a bit early, but I guess you can understand from Alliance's perspective.
It's still a bit early though. It just felt like they were really frustrated with the game though.